Hello, I'm Mr. Anderson, and welcome to Homework 2.7, Help Continued. All right, here we have an absolute value graph, and we are going to write an equation for the graph. All right, so we're given this graph right here as an absolute value function, and we're given the vertex. Right, that's on this graph. It's the lowest point of the function, and we're given an additional point on the function. All right, and we need to develop an equation for this absolute value function. All right, recall that our general equation for an absolute value function is y equals a times the absolute value of x minus h plus k. All right, we are given the first the vertex. All right, and we can plug that in pretty easily. All right, we know that the vertex is the points related to our equation is h comma k. Now let me clean that up. All right, the vertex is h comma k. All right, and we are given the coordinates for the vertex of 2 comma 4. All right, so we can just plug that right into our general form of the equation for an absolute value function. Y equals a times the absolute value of x minus 2 plus 4. All right. The k is the y coordinate. The h is the x coordinate there. All right. So now all we have left to figure out in our equation is the a. All right. Well, they give us this extra point. All right. So we can plug that into the equation that we figured out so far. All right, we have an x value of 0 and a y value of 6. So we just plug that in. 0 equals a, we don't know that yet, times 6 equals a times the absolute value of 0 minus 2 plus 4. All right, then we just solve for a. Well, 6 equals a times 0 minus 2. Well, that's just negative 2. All right, and we still have the plus 4. All right, that's 6 equals a. The absolute value of negative 2 is just 2. All right, so we can get rid of the absolute value bars there. So that's 2a times 2, or I'm going to write it down 2 times a. We're used to seeing it that way. Plus 4. All right, subtract 4 off of each side of the equation. We get 2 equals 2a. 2 equals 2a. Divide each side by 2. And we see that a equals 1. All right. So now we have the value of a. We figured out the value of a by plugging in that extra point that they gave us. All right. So now we can go back to the equation that we had figured out, where we plugged in the vertex to come up with our general, that we developed from the general form of the equation. We plugged in the vertex. We just didn't have the a, but now we have the a. So we can plug that in. So let's plug that back into here. And we end up with y equals a is 1. 1 times, I'm just going to write times there. We have too many vertical lines here. So all right, 1 times x minus 2, and then we're adding 4. All right, well, we don't have to take 1 times this quantity right here inside the absolute value bars. All right, because 1 times whatever this is still whatever this is. So we can just leave that out. So normally we just write it like this: y equals the absolute value of x minus 2 plus 4. All right, there we have our answer right there. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in class.